Okay, this is a question which is a doubt of many students. So here there are two tubes and there is a different contact angle of water with the material of these two different tubes. One is 0 degree, other is 60 degree. So let us first calculate up to how much height will the water level rise in each tube separately or individually. So the rise in height formula is 2t cos theta by rho gr. In one case theta is 0, so cos theta is 0. In other case theta is 60 degrees, so cos theta is half. So theta like cos theta 1 or cos theta is half. So 2 into now this t is given to be 0.075 by rho is 1000 g into r is 0.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 into cos of 0 or 60 degree, but this will give us the answer in meter, so we have to multiply it by 100 to get it in centimeter. So something's getting cancelled out from here, and then this is 2. So here we get 7.5 or 3.75. So if only tube 1 is there, then it will like to rise up to a height of 7.5 centimeter, and if tube 2 only is there, it would like to rise up to a height of 3.75 centimeter. Now let us talk about option number B first. So what is this option number B here? The height of water risen in case 2. So what is this case 2? In case 2, the T2 tube with which the contact angle is 60 degree, that is going to be coming in contact with the water first. So this is T2 and this is T1 in case 2, and water is up till here. Now what is given is this junction is there. This junction is given to be up to a height of 5 centimeter. Now the contact angle of water with T2 tube is 60 degree, because of which we already have calculated that the water likes to rise up to a height of 3.75, and so water will rise up to 3.75, and that's it. So the T1 tube is not going to play any role in it. Why? Because water can rise only up to 3.75. If the water would have got a chance to rise beyond 5 also, then T1 would have also come into picture, but that's simply not the case, because with T2 the water would like to rise up to a height of 3.75 and T1 is going to start only from 5, and so water didn't get any chance to come in contact with T1, so no role of T1. It is as good as like only T2 tube is there with which water rises normally up to a height of 3.75. So that is exactly what is given in the option B, so it is correct. Now exactly similar is option C also, and this is also correct. Why? Because in option C what is there is T1 tube, I mean option C is talking about case 1, alright. So and in case 1 T1 is lower. T1 is lower and then T2 is there. So T2 will start where T1 ends. And the thing is, this length is given to be 8 centimeter of this T1 outside, which means this junction is there at 8 centimeter above the water surface. So this is T1, this is T2, and again as soon as we dip this combination in water, in T1 water likes to rise up to a height of 7.5, and so this water will rise up to a height of 7.5, but the junction is actually beyond 8, so water didn't get any chance to go all the way up to T2, so it is as good as only T1 is only present, T2 doesn't play any role, and that is what is there in option number C. As far as option number A is considered, the correction in height because of the weight of the, actually what happens is like there is some correction involved in the rise in height because there is some water present in the meniscus whose mass we ignore while doing the force balance. So you may remember that if the meniscus is like this, then we calculate the height from the lower end of the meniscus, and what we do while doing this force balance is we assume that the water in the meniscus is this shaded volume, all right. And so the water in the meniscus is having a volume of, sorry, the water in the tube is having the volume of pi r square h rho, I mean mass will be pi r square h rho. Actually this is wrong, like volume is not pi r square h in the tube. So what we normally ignore, because and that is very complicated also you can say to calculate, is this red shaded part. So this much water we ignore and its mass we don't take into account, and while doing the force balance, like force balance means this t cos theta, because this angle will be theta, into 2 pi r, we simply equate it to the weight of only the blue shaded part, I mean this entire part, and this is what we consider to be the part which is there in the tube, but actually it is incorrect because the red part is also there whose weight we are neglecting. Now how much is the weight of the red part depends on what is the shape of the meniscus, isn't it, like this. So if the meniscus is having the like theta equal to 0 degree, and so it is like a perfect hemisphere, in which case there is a different weight, in which case the meniscus will look something like this. It's a perfect hemisphere in case of theta equal to 0, and so in this case there is a different weight that we are ignoring, which is this weight here and this weight here. On the other hand, if this theta is let's say 60 degree, then you may remember that the radius of the meniscus and the radius of the tube are related by this formula, r equal to r by cos theta, if you remember. So there is very simple derivation. So this is the radius of the, this is the sphere of which the meniscus is a part of, and here if you draw a perpendicular, like this is the center here, and the contact angle means this tangent here, this angle is theta, so this angle is theta, this is capital R, this is small r, so r cos theta is equal to small r. So in this case what will happen is the meniscus will be of different shape, and because meniscus is of different shape and it's not a perfect hemisphere, it is less than a hemisphere also in case theta is 60 degree. So previously what was happening is this was a full hemisphere only, but in case of 60 degree it's not completely a hemisphere also, so it will be like, we can reduce it, yeah. So the meniscus will be of this shape, and the part of the water that we are neglecting is only this much. Whereas if you compare it with the case of 0 degree of contact angle, well, once again if I try to draw in the same diagram, what is this? It will be like this, and whether we get this volume neglected or the other volume neglected, it all depends upon the radius of the meniscus, and that depends on the contact angle. So here the contact angle is 0 degree and here the contact angle is 60 degree. So A part is also correct, that the correction of the height because of the water correction, I mean the water being present in the sides of those meniscus, water contained in the meniscus, that will be different in different cases because of different contact angle and different shape of the meniscus because of that. Now we come to option D, which is the most important of the options here. So what is this thing is like option number D. For case 1, if the capillary joint is 5 cm above the water surface, the height of the water column raised in the tube will be more than 8.75. So in case 1 we are talking about. Now we know that in case 1 the tube 1 is what is actually in contact with the water, and above that there is a tube 2. Now we know that in tube 1 the water likes to rise up to a height of 7.5 centimeter. So here if we have water like this, then water would like to rise all the way up to 7.5 centimeter. But there is a problem. The problem is that this junction is there at 5 centimeter. So definitely the water can rise up to 5 centimeter, but it wants to rise beyond 5 centimeter all the way up to 7.5, which means if water is successful in rising up to 7.5, but there is a problem. In that case it will be in contact with the upper tube, and upper tube is one in which or with which it has got a contact angle of 60 degree, but the surface tension pull from the upper tube with which it is making this 60 degree angle, the pull of the surface tension from the upper tube can only sustain or only can lift 3.75 only. So even if we assume that the water is able to rise beyond 5, it will be incorrect. Why? Because if it comes or rises up beyond 5, it will be in contact with the upper tube with which it has got a contact angle of 60 degree and which can lift only 3.75. If it can, or if that surface tension can lift only 3.5 centimeter of water column, how can the water rise beyond 5 to more than 3.75? So greater than 5 is wrong. Assuming less than 5 is also wrong. Why assuming less than 5 is wrong? Because assuming less than 5 means it is in contact with the lower tube, and we are assuming that less than 5 centimeter it is rising, but that is wrong. Why? Because with the lower tube it is making a 0 degree contact angle, and the lower tube will pull it until the water can reach up to 7.5 centimeter. So less than 5 centimeter is also wrong, and greater than 5 centimeter is also wrong. And so the correct answer is that here in this case the water will rise up to a height of 5 centimeter. Now after rising up to a height of 5 centimeter, what will happen is, like how it happens in case of tube of insufficient length, that the contact angle changes and height remains constant, because it can't go beyond 5, because the upper tube cannot sustain it, and it cannot be at a height less than 5 because the lower tube can sustain as high as 7.5. So the water will rise up to 5, and here the contact angle will slightly modify, and you can find out the new contact angle also, and the meniscus will change its shape. So earlier while rising up in the lower liquid, contact angle was 0, so meniscus was like hemispherical, but as it comes to a height of 5 centimeter, this liquid tries to rise up, the contact angle will change, the contact angle will increase, and the meniscus will become somewhat less curved or more flattish, and it will sustain at 5 centimeter height only. So this is the explanation.